Kayvon Thibodeaux is the odds-on favorite to be picked by the New York Jets at number 4, plus why I think mock drafts by the so-called experts have become a complete joke. Let's discuss it. What's going on, Jets Nation? If you're new to this channel, please consider sharing, and subscribing. Thank you for all the support up to this point. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. And please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing because it would help with the algorithm of this channel and it would help me get out there to more viewers. So thank you to all of you for your support so far. And this is only just the beginning. So Fanduel Sportsbook put out a list of odds for who is going to be the number 4 overall pick in this year's draft, and to pretty much nobody's surprise, Kayvon Thibodeaux was number 1 at plus 200 odds. Surprising is the ascent to Travon Walker. Getting to now plus 400 odds, which is really interesting because ever since the combine, his draft stock has pretty much gone through the roof. But then you have Jermaine Johnson at plus 400, Sauce Gardner at 450, and then the rest are kind of long shots from here because those 4 guys that I just mentioned are at positions of need for the New York Jets, so that shouldn't come as a surprise. Now, I've been saying all along that if Kayvon Thibodeaux is available at 4 for the New York Jets, that Joe D should run, not walk to the podium and make his selection of Kayvon Thibodeaux because he's an exceptional talent. Has pretty much all that you're looking for from a pass rusher. Does need to put on a little more weight. He was listed at 258, which is more of an outside linebacker kind of a weight. If he puts on 10 pounds of muscle, he should be ready to go at the 4-3 as a 4-3 edge. So I've been consistent that if he's there, he should be the pick, no questions asked. He fits a desperate need that the Jets have, that they need pass rush, they need to get sacks, especially with the AFC being as loaded as it is right now. You need to get after the quarterback. If you don't, you have no chance to succeed in this league. So that to me is the slam dunk pick. It has to be if he's there. Now, Travon Walker is an interesting, since he came in as tied for second on this list of odds, he's an interesting one because he wasn't really mentioned as among the top pass rushers until the combine, where he just, had a fantastic combine, ran a 4.5, and he does have the tools. But the thing is, the difference between Thibodeaux and Walker is that when Walker played with Georgia, that team was loaded on defense. They have Jordan Davis, they have Nakobe Dean, they have so many other players. They had Jermaine Johnson playing there for a while before he transferred to Florida State. But in Kayvon Thibodeaux's case, he's pretty much the only game in town for Oregon. He was their entire defense. You pretty much had to game plan against him to stop Oregon. Meanwhile, in Georgia, that just wasn't the case. And the fact that Travon Walker only managed 9.5 sacks to me is an issue, and it's definitely a red flag there. So that's why I say if Thibodeaux's there, that should be the pick, period. And now to mock drafts. Mock drafts are fun. Mock drafts are great. It's always great to play the GM. But if you're an expert, a so-called expert, I should say, and you're doing mock drafts, it's not a good look because in reality, people like Mel Kiper Jr. and Bucky Brooks have fallen in the same trap that the sports media in general has, that they need to get clicks. This is all these crazy picks by these guys, to me, are just a pathetic attempt at clickbait. And to me, I don't think they'll release their real picks until maybe a week before the draft. So, I mean, let's start with the supposed Yoda of the draft, Mr. Mel Kiper Jr., who, for some reason, picked Drake London not to go 10, but to be picked at number 4. Is there something that I'm missing here? I mean, he's not even the best receiver in the draft, let alone a top 4 pick. And you're just going to, first of all, no receiver. I don't care if it's Garrett Wilson is worthy of a number 4 pick, especially with the hole at defensive end that the Jets have. There's no way in hell that a wide receiver is going to get pick number 4. Now, pick number 10, most likely it will be picked. It will be a receiver that will be picked unless they make a trade out of the blue for a DK Metcalf or an AJ Brown or whoever. That's going to be the pick at number 10. And, for Mel Kiper, Mr. Draft himself, to be so wrong and to pick Drake London at number 4. Here's another example of it. Another prisoner of the moment. Bucky Brooks, his last mock draft had Trayvon Walker going number 2 to the Lions. I mean, it makes no sense. It's like he's not even in the top. He's not even like in the top 3 edge rushers. And he's being picked number 2 overall. I mean, it's stuff like this that makes no sense. You don't believe me? Go look for yourself. That's at their last. It's so ridiculous. And I'm only just touching the tip of the iceberg. But to me, this is a pathetic attempt at clickbait. I really, if they really truly believe that that's who's going to be picked, then they should resign right away, because they clearly don't have a clue. I really think this is a pathetic attempt at clickbait, trying to get viewers to look at their drafts right now, because everybody and their mother's doing mock drafts, so they have to come up with something outrageous to get people's eyes on the product. And it's understandable. I mean, it is what it is, but if they truly do believe that Trayvon Walker or Drake London's going number 4, then they should be fired immediately. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And as always, go Jets and have a wonderful day.